Hello and welcome back to Recapped Stories. Today we are looking at the 2014 sci-fi horror film, The Hybrid. I hope you enjoy it and remember spoilers ahead. The film opens with a prisoner named Jim Powell being tortured, having his fingernails removed, and it looks super painful. Jim is part of a military group, out in the woods of former Soviet Republic, during the 5th year of Civil War. They see a flare fired off in the sky. In the early morning they see some apartment buildings off in the distance and head towards them. They break for some food. Jim has a flashback to the prison. He's being recruited for a special mission by a man named Harris. Jim is to escort Dr. Healy into a research facility, eliminating the scientists within that are conducting top-secret research. Jim's old team is put back together to complete the mission. Healy brings company security named Spencer, and Jim isn't happy about outsiders. Healy is in charge though and has the final say. Back to the present, and Jim appears to be out of shape. It's been a while since he's been on a mission. They come to a crossing that is littered with mines. A man named Mason points out there's a trail that could get them through the mines. Jim tells him it's risky, but to go ahead. Healy asks if they should go around, and Jim tells her they're on a tight schedule. The soldiers see foreboding signs as they traverse the minefield. They hear a vehicle headed towards them. Jim tells them, "Off the path now." A motorcyclist rides by. The soldiers are all in complete silence as he walks around surveying the area. He's got a pretty cool mask though. Jim mentions it was a perimeter patrol and he probably does it 2 or 3 times a day. Steinman surveys the area with her rifle, noting there are terrorists and captured rebels. The facility they're headed to is in a bunker under where the terrorists are. Harris and a man named Williams are attempting to drive into the facility. They're stopped at a checkpoint. We see the same motorcyclist take off their helmet, revealing themselves to be a woman. Some people are removed from a truck to be questioned. One of them is shot. Williams and Harris are stopped. Harris pretends he's drunk and gets them on his side. They're let into the facility. Williams uses a computer and tells everyone to head to the north wall. Jim and the others enter the facility. They find a poor woman tied up, with duct tape over her mouth. A man enters the room and they kill him. The woman is shot and killed in the struggle. They enter what looks to be a generator room. Healy leads them through an underground tunnel, telling them the bunker is a half-mile away. A truck pulls up and the team takes cover. They come to a tunnel and Healy informs them no one uses these anymore, so they head down. This is the oldest part of the bunker, going back to the 1950s. We see someone or something watching them. They come to a room with medical beds and old dried up corpses. They find a radio transmitter that will send a signal if tripped. Williams and Harris watch the monitors and point out someone is following the team. They can't warn them as the team has gone too deep for communications. Corey, one of the soldiers, is stabbed in the back with a syringe. Jim tells them to keep moving as whoever attacked knows this place better than they do. We see Harris heading down after the team. Corey isn't feeling all too well and has pustules on his arm. The team is choking on gas, as the figure from earlier comes and attacks Jim. Harris shoots it and drops a funny one-liner. Another one appears and shoots Harris, injuring him in the process. The team arrives at the research facility. They walk down a long white hallway. Harris is placed on a medical bed to recover. They enter a room where a Dr. Irvin is watching over a woman. Healy tells them the woman is one of 2 specimens they've come for and that she's pregnant. We find out Irvin was Healy's boss and Jim isn't happy. He wants to know what's going on. Irvin tells them about the Scintilla project. A meteor was found, having come to Earth during the time of the dinosaurs, still carrying genetic material. Irvin was given the freedom from the Soviets to study and research it. Jim asks why the blackboard and children's toys. Irvin tells him the specimen need to be educated so she can assess the growth compared to normal children. She tells them the specimen they met is 5 years old. Irvin brings them to the second specimen, who is also 5. He has multiple eyes, breathes from his neck and has the intelligence of a chimp. We see a brief shot from his point of view and it's very insect-like. Jim asks what he is and Irvin tells him he's half human and half the DNA from the meteorite. Irvin says the girl will give birth to a second-generation specimen, this time more alien than human. The team heads back and the girl is going into birth. Irvin tells Healy she won't survive it, but at least she will have the offspring. The boy hears her screaming and becomes agitated. Steinman is concerned about the pain the girl is in. She asks if the doctor can do anything to stop it, and she says no, the girl is going to die. Steinman takes it upon herself to shoot the girl, thus ending her suffering. This, however, kills the fetus as well, because their biology is connected. Jim tells them they're leaving. Irvin says she isn't going, but Healy tells him the orders are to take the research and destroy everything else, including Irvin. Jim says he isn't an assassin. Healy mentions there is a £2 million bonus for each of them if they do this. Steinman goes back to the boy to tell him she's sorry about his sister. He slams her to the ground, grabs some kind of device and leaves. Jim is attacked by Mason because he wants the money. The boy arrives and he checks on the body of his sister. Irvin goes to check on him and he blows up her head with his device. He runs off and Jim fires a couple shots. They check on Steinman and she's in bad shape. They need to get her out or she will die. Jim says they need to kill the boy or they all will. Healy kills Steinman with an injection while the others are looking for the boy. She attempts to kill Harris as well, but he sets off a grenade. Mason reports to Jim telling him everyone is dead. Spencer tells them about a secret elevator Healy was going to use as an escape route. We get a quick shot of Healy still alive. The elevator opens and they're attacked by a mutated Corey. They reach the surface to find the base under attack. The boy has made it to the top and is killing everyone. Healy shoots Jim, but she is finally taken out. Jim comes up behind the boy ready to fire. The boy turns and says go ahead and shoot me. Then climbs over a wall. Jim sits and looks despondent. We see the boy out in the real world, which won't be good for the rest of the human race. The film then ends. Thank you for watching, and as always, if you could subscribe and hit the notification bell, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you for watching and do take care.